We are in Cookeville, Tennessee at CrossFit Mayhem. We're jumping on Rich Froning's podcast today, getting a workout in, sauna. This is a very last second little pivot into doing this one, so I'm excited to see what we have in store. There's definitely no agenda outside of just making sure we get the podcast in. So this will be a good one today. Come along for the ride. So we got introduced to Rich last year through a friend of ours, Austin Malleolo, who's been working for CrossFit for a while, who's one of our customers. And when Austin joined CrossFit Mayhem, he said that Rich was looking to get a sauna and a hot one. So when Rich and I jumped on a phone call, he said that he had a sauna, but not one that he loved, nor was it getting hot enough. So we came down, brought a sauna down, built it out with him and for him. So for Rich, what that simply means is that by him getting into a sauna for 20 to 30 minutes every single day, he's actually going to be able to be better resilient at altitude. That means that he's going to be able to have a lower resting heart rate. That means he's going to be more aerobically acclimated. And now here we are a year later, jumping on the podcast with him, and excited to see what we're going to talk about.
All right, in pursuit, we got Angelo and we got Pete Nelson, owner of SISU Saunas. What's up?
So we just had our third born. So we've got a 4-year-old, three-year-old, and a 3-month-old. So it's chaos at home.
Yep.
SISU's been growing. It's been challenging as all get out too, though, because as you try to grow something, you try to stay as lean as you can. And as we all know, there's all sorts of great problems and trade-offs that come out. In Finland, for every 2 people, there's 1 sauna. So when you look at it, the data shows that for the average household, there's 2 saunas, typically one indoors.
That's where the name
outdoors.
SISU comes from.
Yeah, and so the word SISU means never give up in the Finnish language, or perseverance, grit, tenacity. So if you were to go into a sauna, 30 minutes, minimum threshold of 176 degrees, I believe that they were doing this around 190, 30 minutes, 5-minute cooling period, go back and do another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever been in the sauna, the 30 minutes is a long
30
time.
minutes is a long
time.
25 is like, it's hard, but it's doable. That was what I would do. 25, take a minute to walk over, and I have the Cold Creek SISU cold plunge at 50 degrees, and I'd sit in that for 3 minutes, I'm done. But and I've done a couple back and forths, but gosh.
I mean, you feel high from that,
right?
For just one round.
We call it a little freebie.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, whoa,
right?
Spinny.
Heck yeah, man. That was a fun discussion.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the opportunity to come on and do with y'all. Heck yeah, dude. Let's do some fitness and go sauna.
All right, so real quick shout out Mountain Ops, Trevor Farnes, who has become a great friend of mine. Got to spend a few days with him out in Utah. Amazing company culture. One of the very few companies that I've seen blend faith as well as just day-to-day business and do it so well within a community, within their internal team. Man, it's the best. But they have arguably one of my favorite caffeine-based products, Ignite. Super holistic, but there's about 200 milligrams of caffeine in here, and it's so smooth, and the flavors are so on point that it's craveable. Mountain Ops Ignite, big fan of it.
What I do is I usually set it to where 30 or 45 minutes before I would wake up, it was on, so it was at temp.
So, like the controller that you have in the app, like we keep using that, like that's been good. Yeah. The heaters we've swapped. Sweet. Okay, so.
This one's been great so far. I've not had any issues.
Cool.
I did my first plunge at the other day, though. That was fantastic.
Dude, after a year.
It's been like 6 months.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It was starting to grow some stuff in there. I did buy some chlorine tablets this time, and I just chucked one in there.
Nice.
But yeah, it was starting to grow some stuff on the walls, and I was like, we gotta get that cleaned up.
Clean it out. So we got 8 sets, 500-meter row, 2-minute rest, holding at 140 pace or lower. First 5 to 6 sets were good. Last one got hairy. What was your best slap?
It's not what you call it.
Yeah.
37.
Yes.
And it's set up difficult, but it's 70% of the time. Yeah, I have a weird obsession with any work. Like, even if I'm doing like 27, 21, 15, 9, sometimes I'll do it just to like shut my brain off. And I play games where I'm like, all right, you got, counting strokes or whatever. So we just did a podcast and then did a workout. It was a 10-minute warm up on the row, then 8 sets of 500 meters row, 2-minute rest, holding a 140 pace for lower. I got hairy in the last 2 rounds. I think our last couple of rounds were around like a 137 pace. And then we hit a hack squat cycle, I think it is, that Rich is doing. First week of that for him. So we did a bunch of back squat, front squat, and then we did a 10 down to 1 of a bench press of 155. And then in between the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 1, you do 5 sandbag cleans. That just destroyed me. Now we're going to go jump this off. We were talking about fasting on the podcast. This was not the day to do it. I felt that, especially there in the bench and clean workout. I actually think I did some extra reps in there too, but I do feel a little destroyed, but we are going to hit some buckies after this. We got a second cool plunge at work in the house. So I'm doing a cedar outside stainless steel band similar to this, but it'll be a stainless steel interior. And then it's got a heat exchanger and everything.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be
You need to put a little tray on there that you can like drain the water.
Dude, yes.
Like that's something that this
does not have.
No.
You have to literally pump it out.
Yep. Just let it dry up. Turn the fan on.
Yeah.
We got a dehumidifier right there that I'll turn it on and I'll get rid of some of the water. After I cold plunge, I cannot warm up.
First time I ever stopped walking, I just go like this.
That's why I hated cold plunging.
Oh,
for hours.
You have to warm up
for
after
hours
or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you go in the cold plunge and then you got something that you have to be like attentive for, like you're gonna be fine.
Fine, yeah. I'm gonna go back in the sauna for a couple minutes.
What is happening?
You're making me.
Yeah, you're making me nervous.
All right, see you, Rich.
All right, boys.
Later, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. So I found him on the side of the road.
Yeah, I know. Help a stranger out. Time in need.
Watkins and I met a year ago. Last time I was here, we built out the Eddy barrel here, and then you came out after the next day to do the Beat the Heat podcast. And at that time, I think right after the Beat the Heat podcast, we went to a barbecue joint, Crushing Barbecue. After.
That place was good.
So
that place
good.
Was really good.
But you've gotten tight with Rich. What's your take on him? Like, and you also taking on the Ironman coming up here in November, I think it is, or October.
October. So we're doing the Pensacola one.
Are you guys going in with a goal time or just complete it?
I'm just going to survive to complete it. Like I think the cutoff's 18 hours, so I want 17:59.
Sweet.
Richard, I mean, is competitive. Like
Yeah.
I'd say he wants a competitive time, but he's going to impress people just getting out of the water that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a normal triathlon or tri-elite look like? Just skin, like twigs.
Yeah.
But let's see this big old guy come out of the water as fast as he does, and then gets on the bike.
Yeah.
Like he's going to impress a lot of people, but then it's going to come down to that run. But I think he's going to do a lot better than what he thinks he's going to do.
Last question for you.
Yeah.
Since you met Rich, what's the one thing that you were surprised by the way that he takes on his life and takes on his training? Like something that you were not expecting in terms of like a character trait or something that he does that you were kind of wowed by?
I guess it's just because being from Cookeville or Tennessee, everybody's pretty much the same. But the big thing is just like the way he interacts with people. Like he's just true. Like he's not fake. It's nothing like staged or put on just because of the camera. I mean, dude's got cameras around him 24/7 basically, and nothing's for show. Like he's really authentic. I say that's the best way to put it. It's just super authentic. Like he trusts me enough, and it's just I trust him pretty much with everything too. So
it's like
I think that's how our relationships has just grown.
That's
somebody that he can always count on. And that's how everybody is here, honestly.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Drive safe. I'm not the best with interviews, but
no, he did a great job.
It's the best I can
It's a cool
come up
perspective.
with.
It's a cool perspective. 3 takeaways that I have from today. 1, always be a kid. Rich is exactly that. He is a kid. He's always that at heart. Whether camera's on or off, he's the same exact person, just truly authentically himself. Shares his opinion, and more than anything, he just wants to have great community, great relationships around him. Number 2 is shared suffering and accountability. I feel like with the podcast and even in our workout, we were talking about how important it is to have strong men in your life, strong opinions in your life, and people being able to accept each other's opinions, but ultimately come together and do something hard together and share in that suffering together to make each other better. And number 3 is community. You get this with your workouts, you get it in the sauna, you get it at church, you get it in your family. When we are going about life and trying to go farther, it's way better to go farther together than to go far alone. It's the shared suffering, it's the being the kid, it's all the points that we're talking about right now. When you get to do it in a community setting and do it with people that you love, it's just so much better. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you derive any value from this, please leave a comment below and share this with a friend. Really appreciate it.